The Splatoon 3 Splatfest world premiere is awesome. I love it. And as you can clearly see up ahead, it's not ended yet. Just yet. It's still got an hour and 30 minutes left. But I wanted to strike while the iron's hot and get my thoughts across about the new weapons and specials. Now, the first weapon I'd like to talk about is the Splatana. Now, the Splatana, I don't know how I feel about it. It didn't really feel good, considering the fact it only does 30 damage for the regular shots and 60 for the charge. But I didn't really know how to play it. It was like I was hitting people with a wet noodle. Granted, I did not have any types of abilities or anything to help it out. It was weird. But when the first time I tried to use it, the first time I saw it, I wanted to use it. I thought it would be extremely cool, and I would be like Demon Slayer characters such as Tanjiro. But that's another topic for another day. But I was severely disappointed. It was like hitting people with a wet noodle. If I wanted to play an Octobrush, I would have just played an Octobrush. That's really what it felt like, a watered-down Octobrush. The next weapon I'll talk about is the Tristringer. Now, the Tristringer is a weapon. I really don't know how to put it. It's a combined thing of a charger and some sort of semi-automatic weapon, like, for example, like the nozzle nose. I don't know how I feel about it, considering the fact it only does 30 damage with its not charged shot, and only 60 with its partially charged shot, but it does kill when the fully charged shot. But the thing I don't get about is the thing it leaves behind. I don't get how that makes it a good weapon, because the thing it leaves behind is essentially just a mini little bomb. But I don't really know how to use it. Now, granted, I could be talking about this right now, and people are already getting like 20 and 30 kills with both weapons that I diss right now. But those are my thoughts and opinions on those weapons. Next, I'm going to talk about the specials. Now, we have a lot of new specials. Let me go ahead and list them off. This is going to be a long one, so bear with. Where are they? Ah, yes. Here we are. We have the Ink Vac Crab Tank, Triple Ink Strike, Big Bubbler, Trizuka, Wave Breaker, Reef Slider, Killerware 5.1, Zipcaster, Tacticooler, and Angle Shooter, which is a grenade. It's not technically a special, but it's still cool. Now, what was the first thing I said? I said Ink Vac. Now, the Ink Vac, I tried it once. It is also a weird special, considering the fact that you have to suck opponent's ink in order to use it or don't do any damage. Now, I feel like it's a great cover weapon because of its first stage, not because of its second. I can see that you can place it in certain areas and make it work and deal massive amounts of damage, but the first part seems to be the best because it really covers all your teammates from enemy ink, such as grenades, shots, or anything for that matter. Even other specials, probably. But that's all I have to say about the Ink Vac. I haven't played it enough to talk about it thoroughly just yet. Next is the Crab Tank. The Crab Tank, I really like the Crab Tank. The Crab Tank allows you to roll around at the speed of sound, Sonic reference. And along with that, it comes with two different types of gun attacks, or modes. The first one is just regular splat mode. It's just you're playing a turret, and the other one you're using shooting out bombs. Now, the bombs are not the greatest. The shooting, however, is awesome. Considering how fast it is and the range it goes at, is very powerful. That's what I love about it. The next one is the Big Bubbler. Considering it's literally just the Halo shield, it is very good. It's a beacon and a shield. That means you can protect your opponents and do whatever you please inside that bubble, and your enemies can't do really anything unless they walk into it, which they will. Next up is the Trizuka. Now, the Trizuka is similar to the Splatoon 1 Inkzuka, which shot out tornadoes, but this one is a lot bigger and has a bigger range of thing. It is a very powerful weapon. 3 shots, and you can destroy any team in any area because of how wide the range is awesome. I love that thing. Look. Next is the Wave Breaker. Now, the Wave Breaker is a very interesting disruption special. It is... I don't know how to feel about it, considering the fact you can jump over it. But it does detect enemies, which is very good at that part. Reef Slider. Now, the Reef Slider is just better. Is just better baller from Splatoon 2. The Reef Slider is just good, considering it can go it can literally drive up, run people over, and then explode whenever you want to in that line of area, which makes it extremely deadly in certain areas. The Killerware 5.1. Now, I don't know how I feel. I feel like it's not the greatest, considering how easily you can avoid it, but it can mark people, like, somewhat decently well, considering the fact I've only used it like a few times. I don't know much about it. Lastly is the Tacticooler. Now, the Tacticooler is awesome. You can throw it down. 4 people get it. You can get boost, speed boost. Is not the only boost you think. I don't know all of the boosts just yet, but I know the other boost is that you can keep your special when you die. Whew, that was a lot of specials and a lot of words. Now, I'm going to talk about the angle shooter. The last thing. The angle shooter, it can be very powerful in the right hands. Not mine, obviously. But I can see potential in it. And it's very, very good. Whew, that was a lot. That was a lot of things to talk about in this thing. Now, granted, I will be trying to do more Splatoon 3 content when it comes out, September 9th. But I am going ahead and enjoy the last of this Splatfest while I still can. So, I hope you all enjoyed this, and leave in the comments about your other takes about these weapons. So, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.